Welcome back to the MoChill Zone, and now Christopher Cook.
All right, we're back.
We're back. Ready?
So we talked about Bloody Bloody, but what are some other shows from Green Valley's catalog that you hold in high esteem?
Oh my gosh. First of all, every show, it's its own little funky little magical thing, and I really, really mean that. Apples to oranges kind of thing.
Sure.
But some of the things that really stand out to me are things that, like Shockheaded Peter, which was, I'm not sure if either of you guys have heard of this.
I haven't heard of this one.
Der Strudel Peter is this German children's book that was written in the 1850s because a German doctor thought that children were way too lax at that time period.
Of course he did.
And so he writes this book about all the horrible things that are going to happen to you if you suck your thumbs, and then the tailor's going to come up from the town. He's going to cut your thumbs off, and then the entire story of the book is just the mom sitting there telling little Conrad all the things that'll happen that you can't do now that your thumbs are cut off.
I love it.
Like Harriet plays with matches. Like her mother and the nurse are like, "Don't play with matches," and she's like, "Okay." And they leave, and she plays with matches. She lights herself on fire. She burns herself up, and all the kitty cats cry, and their tears are so many tears from the little kitty cats that their tears make a tiny little lake. That's the story. Okay, now and it's all these sorts of things.
I love that.
And it's wild.
It's like some Krampus type of stuff.
Straight up. It is right. Actually, Dwight from The Office.
Do you know about Krampus?
Yeah.
And Dwight from The Office.
Yeah.
Well, he also mentions just Will Peter.
Oh, does he?
He's totally into that as well. So anyway, this musical was gotten a hold of by a band, Tiger Lilies, in a British band. They have three people: bassist, drummer, and then a immensely tall accordion player who paints his face like a skeleton with white face paint. And
Skeletor.
Yeah. And then he sings in falsetto.
I love it.
That's all he does.
It's
Always
the
falsetto.
juxtaposition for me.
That is awesome, man.
So those misfits went ahead and got a hold of this script. They added a bunch of puppetry to it.
Wow.
It opened on Broadway in '98. It played on Broadway across the street from Lion King, and it sold out.
No way. Wow.
And it was insane. It was madness. It included full frontal nudity from a puppet at one point. I mean, it was absolute bonkers.
Puppet nudity.
And it sold out, and they went around the world with it. I mean, it was super cool.
That's awesome.
So we did it. We loved it. That's the kind of thing where it's like, yeah, no one's going to do this show. But
yeah, that's great.
so we did that. Really stands out. Nevermore. We ended up doing a lot of premieres actually. A lot of regional premieres. Nevermore. Life and Times the Imaginary Life and Mysterious Death and Imaginary Life, I think, of Edgar Allan Poe.
That's a read I'm very familiar with.
That's his guy.
That's my guy. That's my one.
So this is takes the way he died, where he's found in someone else's clothing, kind of raving and this, that, and the other, and so they take that and they basically do an imaginary life of him, and it was done by Catalyst Theatre up in Edmonton, outside of Toronto, in Canada,
Nice.
and. So anyway, they did it, and all we saw of this thing, I saw one number on YouTube, and I was like, I need to do that show. Well, by the time it came around to finding them, and
how do you go about that?
Exactly, you're searching online, and they had an off-Broadway run, which was not very successful, but their run in Edmonton was amazing, and the show is incredible. And they're an amazing group. Their style is just absolutely top-notch, and so we did that, and actually the writer of it, the producers showed up just because we were the first one, because they'd always used tracks. We used live music. So we're going to meet the Broadway producers of the show, and they came on out. They were like, "Hey, we're coming out to opening night." I'm like, "Why?" I said, "Why would you do that?"
It's like waiting for Godot.
It's Guffman. It's waiting for Guffman.
Sorry.
It was straight up waiting for Guffman.
That's funny, man.
It was, and we're like,
"That's awesome.
You shouldn't come to see us." Okay. But it's one of those stands out. Nevermore. The other one was.
Did they like it?
Oh, they loved it.
That's awesome.
It's a grand old time.
Good.
Terrible Infants, Les Enfants Terribles, which was again these small 7 to 11 or 13 people, in a small cast, experimental storytelling where you're just taking puppets and doing. And recently we had a really wonderful time with Old Man and the Old Moon, which is by Pigpen Theater, and they are basically 7 dudes who like kind of formed a band, but they all kind of do theater as well, and so they kind of all play their own instruments, and they do shadow puppets, and they do puppets, and they tell
That's
stories,
Nice.
and it's just
That's
the coolest thing. And everyone's looking at them right now because they've got a show on Broadway now.
Oh,
So
nice.
they ended up doing Water for Elephants.
Oh, okay.
So that's them, which was like, famous book, and then a
Yeah.
bestseller, and then a movie, and all this, and now it's a musical, but it's them. So
do
those,
they have puppets?
I have no idea. I can only assume, because, like, why would you have Pigpen out if you're not going to use puppets and shadows? And
Seems like puppets are having a moment.
I'd like to think so.
I like it. There's this great show on Netflix called Eric. It's a limited series, and it's like basically it's really dark, but it's like it's basically takes place. So like some guy's like dad is sorting through his demons, and it's like they have a Sesame Street type of show, and like his son goes missing, and like there's all sorts of puppets all throughout.
Oh, man.
It's cool. I was just like I got a place near and dear in my heart for puppets. So
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I think also that a lot of that kind of stuff is having a heyday because if you can take your phone and you can shout at it and you get the collective knowledge of mankind that'll spit it back at you, you know what I mean?
yeah.
And if you're not sure what you're looking at, you can use ChatGPT to go ahead and help you
explain
find
it for you.
that'll tell you what you want to know in life. If
Really?
you don't,
Yeah, ChatGPT.
I still not haven't used that yet.
It's crazy. Dude.
I gotta
It's
use
crazy.
it. I'm gonna try it one time, just to see.
right? So the thing is, it'll give you anything, right? The internet will just give you what you want, and you can
Yeah.
stream anything in the world, right?
Yeah.
Well, that also means that what does that mean for live theater? Well, it means you're fighting against someone. I can stay in with my beloved. We could go ahead and we can we can Netflix. We can have some
Yeah.
Taco Bell. We can smoke some weed, and we can have a little intimate time.
Yeah.
That's what we're fighting with live theater is people just
Wow.
staying home and just kind of eating and watching. You know what I mean? That consumer thing. Like that's what you're fighting. And so,
Wow.
what is it that live theater does that movies or film or something on your phone can't? And that's the big thing. And that's I think the big question. Is we have to move in a place like I said, puppetry. You're doing these ways of storytelling that does not include projections on the wall. Yes, projections can be
Shadow
good.
puppets.
Shadows. You
Hand
gotta,
puppets?
right? You got to do shadows. You have to do theater in the round. You have to do things that are very immediate storytelling. You have to do things that basically that film can't.
Yeah.
And really, what we have to move into is this place of performance, not simply as entertainment, but performance as celebration. We have to get into a place in which everyone in the room is part of that celebration of that story.
That's great. That kind of leads me into what we were talking about beforehand. Something that stuck with me from my time, being under Chris's tutelage. But like everybody wants to be, the big professional company, but theater really is maybe at its most powerful and its most meaningful a community event, and that goes all the way back to the Greeks. So I'm not saying it as articulately as that's not even a word, but please, if you could expand on that.
Not to pontificate, sorry, dude.
I love it.
I really don't mean to pontificate. But it is where it's like, I think that big theaters have I will always go to watch big theatrical things professionally produced, and they are going to, that's where it's
great.
we all had some of us were the Rent generation, some were Les Mis generation, some the Wicked generation, right?
Yeah.
We all have these large Broadway Hamilton now,
Sure.
these shows that inspired us and like, ooh, I want to be in theater, yes.
Yeah.
And they have their place, and at the same time, participatory community theater also has a place. You can imagine a lot of these companies in town produce shows in which everyone gets a part, and I love it because they are truly creating. It is community. It is theater as a participatory event for that, and then I think there's also a place for really trying to dig into the storytelling, really kind of taking the artistry to a place where you really have to work for it, and it's not easy. And No one sets out to do a bad show,
Yeah.
right? You know, it's difficult to produce. It's hard.
Right.
It's hard to produce theater, right?
Yeah.
But that I think that theater is at its, to me, the theater that I want to produce and the theater that excites me the most is theater that is immediate, that tends to be smaller, but that basically digs into what is most fun about the theatrical process.
Awesome. Love it.
Yeah, no, I was just trying to expand on it because I'm like, that's kind of cool, like being smaller. And I get a little bit more nervous around smaller groups than I do like the larger groups of people, but that's kind of interesting though.
It's intimate, right? It's because it's intimate.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
scary.
very intimate.
Yeah.
It's scary. You were talking about, I didn't mean to cut you off earlier.
No,
you were talking
no.
about ChatGPT and
Yeah.
AI and all that. Would you mind going somewhere with that?
Oh no, not at all. I don't know too much about it. I heard about it, so I don't really can't expand on something I don't really know a lot about.
You can be like, quantum physics. Explain quantum physics to me in a layman's voice, and then it'll just like spit it out.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, and it can write a song for you. I mean, it's.
I'm gonna try it tonight. I'm writing songs all the time. So Chad, I'm gonna try to check you out and see if you write a
I mean,
song.
on Twitter and TikTok, like there's some AI like country song that went viral. It's like write a bro country song. And,
Totally.
It was just like,
Oh yeah.
they can do that. They know how to write bro country songs at this point.
Just last night, someone had bopped up on one of our actually Old Man in the Old Moon.
Nice.
Someone had plopped in and they had put in a very funny, hey, look at this thing I saw. We had a big shark fight. There was a shark attack in the show. Of course, we had stuffed animals on people's arms. It was absolutely the dumbest theater we've ever
That's
made.
great. I love it.
So this person goes ahead and puts, there was AI generated images for Jaws the musical. And there's like a shark on stage and someone's in a boat, all theatrically lit, shark going overhead. It's very, these, that's what the internet's for.
Yeah.
That's what the internet's for.
For sure.
And so I was like, well, we have to do it now.
Right.
Go right to AI. I'm like, okay, I want the bigger boat. So it's an example of writing a song for you. I was like, hey, I want the, help me out real quick. I'm writing lyrics for a song. I'd like to have a bridge. I need a couple verses and a bridge. I need a little outro in there. It's called, it's based on it's Jaws the musical. And it's called We're Gonna Need a Bigger Boat. And it spits back a pretty good song, actually.
Wow.
Wow.
Pretty good lyrics, actually. Now, mind you, that's not all the time.
Okay.
But this one was like, it was perfection.
That's great.
I have got to try that out. Like when we do this thing, you can download it on your phone.
Oh, it's
It's
online.
like online. It's like usually like a website, right? It's just
Website or app, yeah.
They probably have an app
It's
too.
okay. I'm okay. Don't.
They got an app for everything.
All right. I have nothing. I don't know anything about this, so now your boy gonna have to check this out now. So.
In a way, it's basically a really great Google search. You know?
Yeah.
In a way, it's Google. It's
Next
Right.
iteration of Google. Yeah.
And I would challenge anyone who is, skeptical, having trouble, or vilifying AI in any way. Of course, I say this as someone in the arts who,
I'm all the above.
we have to come to terms with this
I know.
because, you know what I mean? I mean, think about how much artistry is, and writing and material is, how much artist work has been fed into AI in order for AI to work to generate images and this kind of stuff for people.
Yeah.
Like that amount of
Yeah.
pilfering and stealing is astounding. And I think we're going to have to figure out where we are with all this stuff. In the arts
so
and
many
the culture.
ways. Oh yeah, so many ways. Law,
Right.
Everything is it's just a new frontier. I mean, it feels like the turn of the 20th century to me.
Oh, this is a big one. This is the next big thing. This is how we interact with this is our thing. And of course, I'm not telling you anything that someone hasn't said 5 years ago. Of course,
No,
but it's true.
It's true.
I
AI
will tell
is
you,
true.
I have come to terms with AI.
That's good.
I create furiously. I feel like creation or creativity is a skill, not a talent. I think it is something that people can exercise, and I think you can straight up teach people to be creative. I think that people can learn to be more creative if they are. I truly believe that it is a skill, not a talent. And so in this whole creation, I love collaborating collaboration, this, that, and the other. I'm saying it now. I've come to terms. I have gone to the mount. I have seen the AI god, and I have come back down, and I'm at peace with this.
I'm breaking the tablets.
Right? I'm okay with this.
Good.
And
It scares the heck out of me, to be honest with you.
really,
Yeah. I don't know. It seems like we're losing something with it. I know we're gaining something, but it seems like I don't know. I can be a fool, a nostalgic fool, I guess.
oh,
But
Luddite much me.
yeah. So I understand. I mean, it scares me with the implications for work and like what we're gonna do about that. But we don't get into politics on this one too much. So
Yeah, but it is something we have to find out what what does a cold, unfeeling thinking machine do for us?
yeah. It's a lot of what we're.
I find it to be the best collaborator I've ever had. And here's what I mean. Let's say I'm sitting here and, example, I had a set of puppets. I'm going to use this in education. And I had the set of puppets, but I didn't have a script. That was because, well, they were from something else, right?
Right.
Okay, so I have these little pigs. And these pigs are about yay big, and they were from some stuff. Okay. Now, one of them kind of has like an eye patch. It looks like it's got a little leather vest on, like it's a motorcycle riding pig, which is super cute. And the other ones are definitely going to the fair. Okay, so they have like little cotton candy and stuff like this. And I was creating some puppet curriculum for 3rd, 4th, 5th grade kind of age where they don't have to write the script themselves. They don't have this. They just take a script and just perform it themselves, which is very age appropriate.
Okay.
You know? And I'm sitting there as an example with AI. You sit there and I challenge any creator to think about AI in this way. I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, I got these pigs, they're going to this. And I'm like, hey, AI, I'm writing a script for this, right? If you just say that, the first version will be terrible. It will take random words and go nutters on those words. It'll take this, it is not going to give you what you need. However, if you then sit there and go, oh, you know what? That's not what I need. What if I went ahead and just took this first scene and I asked it for help doing this, and then I'm feeding prompts back into it to craft it into something. Then I'm going to take that and now I'm going to start editing.
Got it.
Because that first draft is the hardest thing. That blank piece of paper is the scariest thing for an artist.
That's true.
And it's nice to throw something on that page to then start writing from there.
I guess my question would be is what happens when it's so smart that it doesn't even need you to do that?
Well,
is it still yours?
Oh no, I think we have a lot of trouble with what are we, where are you in copyright? At the same time, what is it being fed on to even create that in the first place?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, we got a lot of trouble.
Whole different Pandora's box.
Exactly. There's a lot there.
A lot of implications. Well, where can people find you at? I know there's you got your socials for Green Valley, but is there a socials for your band, or how can they look into your band?
Oh, the band is easy to find. Burning Daylight people, you can find us. I think we're Bandcamp, Facebook, Instagram, that kind of thing.
Burning Daylight people.
Burning Daylight people. The company the website is the simplest thing you can have. Facebook, Instagram, etc. That kind of thing for that. Yeah.
Nice. Well, we appreciate you coming on and
Definitely,
taking the time.
And I wanted to use some of your talents on there. So you give us a little sample. Maybe we'll get videos, songs. We'll put some songs in
We'll
between.
get songs from your band. Do you have any recorded songs?
Oh, totally. I'll just.
Okay, great.
Yeah, you want to give us a sample? That's right now, real quick.
Oh no, not me.
I'm just saying.
He's just putting it
I
on
gotta put him on the spot, man. Come on, man. That's what I do.
No, but we're gonna in one of our breaks. We're on the radio and on our YouTube channel. We'll have a song or two from your band.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, we got great recordings. The lead guy is just a fantastic sound tech. He's really amazing.
Nice.
Can't wait to hear that, man.
Thank you, sir. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Appreciate you coming out.
Let's not have it be 12 years again, or however long it's been.
Let's not.
Let's do it.
Let's make a habit out of this.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, definitely welcome to come back anytime, man. And any other stuff you got there. So, shout out, make sure you guys check them out. Ben, and you know what social media. So we'll put that on Green Valley Theater, right? And where he'll be performing. When next?
Oh yeah, wait, you're at where's the cabaret at?
Cabaret is this weekend, so it's going to be July 12 and 13. Plug.
That's what I'm saying. Plug it, man. That's what we're here.
Love it.
What is this? It's not gonna be out. This probably isn't gonna be.
That's
out.
okay. Still put it anyway.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Well, the next cabaret is going to be in September. That is also going to be at St. John's Lutheran Church. Cabaret in September. We are going to Washington because it's a election year. What could go wrong?
What could go wrong? He knows he's gonna come back. Man. Come back.
This will be just fun. And then, of course, our next main stage, we're doing Three Musketeers.
Three Musketeers.
Oh,
What
wow.
is that?
That's going to be in August. So it opens the second weekend in August, and we're running 4 weekends.
Is that in the Black Box?
No.
That's at St. John's as well.
Oh yeah, St. John's. We are basically kind of building a big kind of French medieval pavilion in the place and
Nice.
putting on a show in it. A lot of swash, a bit of buckle. You'll love it more than
I love it. Check it out.
Maybe you get Michael down there to do some stuff with you guys.
We did.
No, maybe you get Michael down there to do some stuff with you guys. Yeah, you know, that'd be nice. Yeah.
During recess.
We want to see that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
All right. Thanks,
All
Chris.
right, we appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming out.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for tuning in,
Thank
y'all.
you.
Peace.
We're out of here. You into the zone. You're out with us.
And now, a MoChill original, Dirty Games.
You chipped away, this is all that's left of me. You took it all and you told me it's liberty. Don't get me wrong, your day will come. We're catching on to your dirty game.
Dirty minds play dirty games. Dirty minds play dirty games.
Dirty minds play
Dirty games. You tried to take everything that was inside of me. Turn people against me, took possessions, freedom, and liberty. But you was wrong, and God knows all. And I was destined for greatness, now hear my song. Dirty mind plays dirty games. Dirty minds play dirty games.
dirty minds play
Dirty games.
dirty game player, don't want static with me. If you want bunk, then you get it for free. If you want beef, I got USDA or A5 Wagyu punk, make my day.
Dirty mind plays dirty games. Dirty minds play dirty games.
Dirty minds play
Dirty games. Dirty mind plays dirty games. Dirty minds play dirty games.
dirty minds play
Dirty games. Dirty mind plays dirty games. Dirty minds play dirty games.
dirty minds play
Dirty games.
Thank you for listening to episode 14 of the MoChill Zone podcast. We strive to bring you inspiring, unique, and entertaining stories. We hope you enjoyed tonight's episode. Follow MoChill Productions on Instagram and Facebook for announcements of all our episodes' online release dates.